All right, guys, we just finished this one. And like I said, the rain, we're getting rain, but there are some places it's raining and some places it's not. And you can clearly see where it's raining, like this one. And we mowed that at 3 inches. All right, guys, so we're at our next property, well, our next two. But let me show you something. Still talking about these unique properties and the ones that, you know, maybe everybody don't do this, but I do. Take a look. We're gonna do this one over here, full service. We do that. We've been doing this one for the last probably 5 years, 5, 6 years. Before this house sold, we did it for the guy that lived here before. But now this guy, all this guy wants us to do is edge it. He mows it himself, but once again, I had one in the last video like that. He can't edge. And he doesn't like the edger. He likes a string trimmer. Now, when I first got this, it was some guys right across the street over there, lawn company. The next time I came, he walked next door. He said he didn't like the way those guys did because they used an edger. And he said they call themselves professional and they can't edge with a string trimmer. Well, I don't know. I can't say. But tell me this. Do you take properties like this? Because I know guys that don't. If they can't get the whole yard, they won't fool with it. I mean, guys, he's paying me the price of the lawn to edge it. That's how bad he wants that edge. There it is, guys. He left me my money. You know, and I hear guys, and we talk about that later, talking about they don't want people to leave them money in the envelope on the doormat. I don't care if you put it up on the pit bull. And then you hear other guys saying slow payers or no payers. I mean, do you want to get paid or not? I just got paid. All right, guys, let me get started. Bring your finish.
Alright guys, so this is our first property, and y'all getting it edged up, and man, this bad boy was turning brown, but boy, it is green now, and thick. And this is a weekly, this is a 12-month weekly, and I'm gonna bring him up to about 3 inches today. I think I can cut it on 3, but this is a weekly, we come here every Thursday. Let me get started.
All right, guys. So, yeah, in that earlier clip that you saw, that was a property that, like I said, um, we do only the edging. And again, I do those kind of properties. I don't know how you do, but I do those kind of properties. And like I said, I know other lawn companies that if they can't do the whole lawn, they can't mow it, they can't string trim it, and the whole nine, they won't even touch it. So uh, this lawn was right next door to a lawn that I was doing, and the guy had been once again. Uh, do your best work because the neighbors are always watching, and he had been watching us, and we were doing another lawn. We have several lawns in that subdivision, and we were doing another lawn. Uh, and this guy rolled up, and I saw him, and he pulls up, and he says, "Hey, is there any way I can get you guys to just come edge my lawn?" He said, "I do it myself, but I've been watching, and there's some guys across the street from me right now, but he said they're using a stick edger, and that's the only thing they use." I went over and talked to him. So he said, "I see y'all, man. Y'all do a hell of a job with this weed eater." So I said, I'll take a look at it, but I already knew the house. It's right next door to a lawn I do. I went around and I gave him a price. I told him, you want the edge, and that's where your biggest detail is. He said, well, I'll pay the price of getting it serviced. And so we made that agreement. He paid me for the price of doing the full service. So yeah, I'll do those. I'll take those type properties all day long. Um, so yeah, this particular property right here is one we acquired this year, and this one is a weekly, and it is a 12-month because you can see he has trees in the back. But this one was a strange one. He said that the guy, well, it wasn't strange, but he said the guy told him he just couldn't get to him. And you guys, don't ever overload yourself to where you have to tell a client that, you know, you can't get to them. I'm never that overloaded. You know, if I get a new client and they want to come on board, wants to get on the schedule, then hey, because you always gonna have one uh, that's gonna fall off the ship. You always have people during the course of the season that are gonna fall off the ship. So you always have that one to move right into that slot, or you won't really lose anything. But yeah, this one I'm having to do a double cut on it, and then I'm going back and I'm cleaning up all the clippings that are cut because he likes a real smooth cut on this. And speaking of weekly and bi-weekly, uh, I was asked a question: Are most of my clients weekly? Well, no, most of them are not weekly. A good majority of mine are bi-weekly, but I have a lot that are 12 months, and then I have a lot that are weekly that are 12 months. But I don't know of anyone. I hear a lot of talk about guys saying they only do weekly properties. I don't know anyone that does just weekly properties because, I mean, people are the same everywhere you go. And you got some people want weekly, and you got some that do not want weekly. Now, you're going to tell the ones that don't want weekly, well, I don't want to do your lawn. So as you can see here, guys, this grass is pretty thick right in here, and yeah, it's coming out the chute, and I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to clean that up. Uh, this grass is, like I say, it got real thick, real green, real quick. And if you're wondering why it's real thick right in this area, if you look over to the left where it's really shaded at, that's the reason why. It's really shaded over in that deep end of the lawn. Then when you come up to the front part of the bag, it's thicker right where I'm mowing at. But that's because you see they're getting sunlight in there. A lot of people don't think that makes a difference, but there it is. You see it. And then you have the guys that ask, is mowing that important? Man, mowing is everything. You can't just go out and just mow a lawn any kind of way or mow it in even the same direction. But one thing for sure about your mowing, you have to mow in a straight line. You have to have a pattern when you mow. And if you have a pattern, and if you mow a certain kind of way and always straight lines, you're gonna always have a balanced looking lawn. You just will. That's just that's just the mechanics of mowing. But when you're using a, and I see a lot of guys do it. They use a zero turn or a standalone, like they use a regular riding mower, and they go around in circles. And you can see some of them go around in circles so much until they almost make a figure eight. And I've had people tell me that when I picked up new lawns, that the other guy made circles all over the yard, and some guys seem like they can't get away from that. But yeah, when you're mowing and all that, people look at that. People can stand across the street or stand next door and see that, yeah, this guy here is he's doing something different. Alright guys, and there it is. It's done. And yeah, this one's a new property for us this year. Again, we come here to this subdivision every week. We have several in this subdivision that are weekly. And we have some that are bi-weekly. But yeah. That's it. Just have to get it blowed. We're heading on to the next one.